Hello friends! So the past few weeks I have been thinking about things that I wish people would have told me or advice people would have gave me for going to college. So I just wanted to give my advice to anybody who is going to college, and hopefully these things make it a little bit easier for you. So here are some things I have to say. So number one is picking electives. That is very, very hard at a university because they have so many classes. They can't just like give you a list. Here's a list of all of our electives. You kind of have to find them for yourself. I made the mistake of picking a really, really hard elective my freshman year, and I wish I would have dropped it, but I didn't. So my next year, what I did was I literally Googled top 10 easiest electives at ASU, because your main core classes are already hard. You don't need a hard elective to add that extra stress. So that was one thing I did. Another thing I did was, in the keywords for picking class, just type things that you're interested in, like fashion, or I was interested in sign language. So they have classes for everything. You just have to type in the right keywords and know what to look for. My next piece of advice is read your syllabus. Some professors, not all of them, but some of them do offer extra credit, and they hide it in their syllabus. Like they'll say, if you're reading this line, email me and you get like 5 points of extra credit. So just take a quick second to skim through your syllabus. You never know if a professor has a hidden extra credit thing in there. My next piece of advice is taking notes, and this is something that I struggled with up until literally my senior year. I tried to copy down everything that was on the PowerPoint slides that my professors had. I tried to copy everything they were saying, and that just, it's not the right way to do it because you miss so much information. Like, especially I have some professors who won't read their entire slides. Like, they'll just skip through some things, and I'll be like mid-sentence and I'll have to delete the whole sentence because we're on a new slide. So my advice would be, most professors already put their slides on Canvas or whatever you're going to use at your university. They already put their slides there, so you don't have to take notes on the slides that you're seeing in class because they already give them to you. So my advice would be just to take down extra things that they mention throughout the slides, or if they expand into more detail, to just take down those notes instead of trying to write every single thing on the PowerPoint slide. If you can edit the PowerPoint directly that your professors give you, that's the easiest way to take notes, because all of the information that you're seeing is already on that slide. You don't have to add it, so that's probably the easiest way to do it. My next piece of advice is about the books. So my freshman year, I bought every single book that was required for all of my classes, and it was very expensive. Granted, yes, you sell them back to the bookstore and you can get most of your money back, but what I realized is just wait and see if you actually need the book, because my senior year, I didn't, and I think my junior year too, I didn't buy any book for any of my classes, even if it said it was required. Even if there is a class where you do need them, there are some websites where you can download the books for free instead of buying them at the campus bookstore. What some people would do is they would wait for that first day of classes, then they would ask the professor during class, do we actually need to buy the book, or can we get away with not buying the book? And most of the time the professors are like, you don't really need the book. So that's another piece of advice. My next piece of advice is to just ask questions. I am a very, very shy person, so I would wait and hope that someone asks the question that I'm thinking in my head. And sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. And I'm like, dang it, I should have just asked it, because most of the time you're not the only one with that same question. Other people have the exact same question that you have. But if you're a shy, anxious person like me, you can always wait until class is over and go up to your professor and ask them whatever question you have. But don't be afraid to ask questions. The next thing I have to say is know your advisors. These are the people who help you graduate. I messaged, emailed, called my advisors, set up appointments. I don't even know how many times, especially because I don't know, like I could see on my major map that I was getting all the credits I needed, but I was still like, are we sure I'm gonna graduate? So my advisor was probably really annoyed with me. Every time I'd call her, I'd be like, are we sure I'm gonna graduate? She'd be like, yes, you have all your credits, you're gonna graduate. So just know your advisors, ask questions. They really do help a lot. My next piece of advice, and I feel like this one's pretty important to me anyways, is do not be afraid to email your teachers about your grade. If you get a quiz or an assignment and you're like, I think I should have a higher grade, email your professors. Why did you give me this grade? Maybe you didn't understand what I was trying to say. Or even there was a time where I had like an 88 and I literally emailed a professor, is there anything I can do for extra credit to get a 90? And they sent me, here's an article, write a 2-page summary about it, and I'll give you those 2 extra points. So just don't be afraid to email your professors about a grade, because chances are they're willing to help you if you speak out. There was also a time where I had a quiz and I missed a question, and I emailed my professor. I was like, I don't think I missed this question. I think I'm right, you're wrong. But I said it nicely, of course. And my professor was like, oh, I can see where you got your answer, so I'm gonna give you that point. So do not be afraid to email your professors. Next, I wanna say, talk to people in your classes. If you don't know anybody in your major and you just sit down next to someone, a quick compliment, oh, I like your hair, I like your shoes, I like your outfit, whatever. Talk to them and then exchange like Snapchat or phone number or something, because if you miss a class, then you have the opportunity to text that person and say, hey, I have to miss class today, can you please send me the notes? And then they'll send you the notes. So I would say meet like at least 2 people, because if you both miss, then you're kind of screwed. But yeah, meet people, talk to people. It's the best way, especially if you have to miss a class. Okay, so next on my list, I have set reminders or get a planner. I tried a planner. It wasn't really my thing because I forgot to write in it and look in it. Not my thing for planners, but alarms, reminders, those really did help me. There are times where you get caught up in life and you forget about an assignment that's due, and then you look at Canvas the next day and it's like, oh, you didn't submit this assignment, but now it's locked. So just set reminders in your phone. Hey, I have an assignment due. And I don't know, that helps. That helped me. And my last piece of advice is just participate in college. It'll really make the most of it. Join a club, rush Greek life if that's your thing. Just participate. There are clubs for pretty much every major, I think. There was one for mine and I really loved it because my major is a smaller major. So it really helped me learn. It really helped me know the people in my major and become friends with them. So just participate. I think that's it. I hope these tips help you in some way, because I definitely know that they would have helped me going into my freshman year if someone would have told me all of these things. So I hope these help you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.